Yo, 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 what's good? What's good, Panther Nation? And if you know, you know. If you know, you already know what time it is. You know what time it is. You knew we was about to come decked out in this thing, okay? And if you're new here, you'll find out in a little bit, all right? Now, before we get into this, we're gonna talk the talks. A lot going on. I know we are about 30 minutes early than we usually go on. This is because there's so much to talk about. We got to talk 53-man roster. We got to talk the game, and we got to talk about some other things that happen. All right, so it's a lot going on. So I said, Dave, yo, can we go a little bit early, just so we can make sure we fit everything in here? And Dave said, yo, that's straight. Let's do it. So that's why we're here now. Dave, don't talk about it yet.
No, we won't.
How was your weekend?
It was a good weekend, man. We had, we had the big draft party at the bank.
Lit.
Yeah, you had the big draft party at the bank. I made an appearance via Zoom. I helped get a draft together for one of the players. It was good. It was cool beans. Had a blast. It was pretty fun. Looked like y'all had a blast at the bank, man. Y'all got that picture. Yeah, if you haven't watched the vlog, Rashad did a vlog on the channel, so check that out.
Dave, it's called the vlog. You sound 48. It's a vlog, Dave.
I'm 38, and that's fine. It's a vlog. Fine, a vlog. Yo, it's like I was saying some virtual reality shit when I was talking about vlog.
Yeah, I don't know what
different type of equation or something like that.
I don't know what you're talking about, dog.
But either way,
vlog.
It's
That's a new one.
And I'm still in quarantine with my youngest, but I did get to go catch the Root show on Sunday, which was dope. First indoor concert since the pandemic. Luckily it wasn't sold out, and I stayed away from the floor because the floor looked like a Rona pool. So
a cesspool of Rona.
Yeah, it looked like a Rona pool down there. Now it's supposed to be a requirement of masks everywhere. I wasn't seeing that in them streets down that flow, so I'm kind of glad I stayed up in the seating, and I can look at the peons in the Rona pool.
The peons, Dave. So they say they ain't got the cash, they ain't got the money.
They ain't got the box. They ain't got that box seating money, man.
Talk about it.
It's different.
It's different when you build different, Dave.
And I didn't. And you know what the beauty of it is? I didn't have to pay to park in Boston. It was beautiful. I parked on the roof. And I was like,
Dave got that Manscaped bag. They be peeping his reeds, and they like, yo, let me buy this man a box seat.
Nah, man, but shout out to the Roof, shout out to Boston. It was a good weekend overall. What about you, man?
Hey, man, I had a blast, bro. I got to spend time with some of the people, some of the loyal listeners. Shout out to Austin, shout out to Aspen, shout out to BS, shout out to Tony, shout out to Patrick. I'm probably forgetting a couple people, man, but shout out to everybody that showed up.
Dunk was there, right?
Shout out to Dunk, man. My bad, man. Shout out to Dunk from Unnecessary Bluntness. He was out there. Yeah, man, dog. We had a blast. We was at the bank, got to get down on the field. We took a picture, and I have not seen the picture from the field. They had They had PMP on the big screen, dog. How crazy is that? They had PMP on the big screen, and it was so lit. We had a blast. Got to eat in the. We was where the where the rich folks were. Not where the peons get to sit in the words of Dave, because we was in the suites, luxury suite. Go check the vlog out. Go check the vlog out because it's lit. Go check it out, man. It was fun. We had a blast.
So now it's the toad. I just want to be clear, man. If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be living in New England. I can promise you that.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we had a blast, man. That live draft party was fun. It was probably about maybe 7 or 8 other teams that also got to pick or do their drafts from some of them. They had the old school like boards, and they were real. They was getting after it for real.
I was wondering whether or not they brought the materials or not, because sometimes
some did. Yeah, we were able to bring like laptops, and you were able to bring anything you like. It wasn't like a regular game. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it wasn't like a regular game. You could bring in stuff that like laptops. They had the prop. Some people had the fantasy, the big boards, and all that stuff. Man, it was fun. But yeah, man, everybody had their own suite. It was lit. They had the food. The food was cool, although they ran out of hamburger sliders. They did have chicken sliders, and those were pretty darn good too. The mac and cheese was slamming. They gave us 2 free drink tickets, but they were for beer. I don't really do beer like that, so I was chilling.
Now, you want to be talking about peons? You too good for beer now, man?
I in fact, I am, Dave. Yes, I am too good for beer. It's just too filling for me, man. Like if I want to get drunk or I want to drink, then I don't want to drink no beer, man. Be full stomach. Like I like liquor. I can drink a little bit and get tipsy. I don't like beer. Take too long. I do like IPAs though. Like I think we had this discussion before. I do like IPAs, but I don't like but they had Budweiser, Miller Lite. I don't drink that shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big Budweiser guy either. Or Miller Lite, to be honest with you. Like I mean, if they got Sam, I'm rolling in my heyday. I can't drink beer anymore. If they had Sam or Yingling, I'm in.
Nah, they didn't have Yingling. They had none of that. It was like Bud Light, Miller Lite. It was
that
basic.
That ain't it.
Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and move on. The party was lit. Again, like I said, if you want to go check out the vlog, that shit is the video prior to this.
Vlog.
Go on. Yeah, vlog. I know. I'm going getting at you, dog.
I know
you the one that said vlog.
I'm just here to correct you like you corrected me. I'm here to help.
Shout out. Yeah,
I'm the government. I'm here to help.
Shout out to the vlog I created. It was fun, man. We had fun. We had good times. Good times. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. A lot going on. And we will get into all of the happenings. Let me see here. Let me just adjust a couple things on the screen before we get going here. All right. Oops. There we go. All right. So again, go and follow us on all our socials. Hey, and I forgot to mention, we are on Twitch now, where we do stream this live every Monday on Twitch. So if you're a Twitcher, is that what they call them, Dave?
Now I don't think that's 48. What they call them.
Now I sound 48.
I don't think they call them Twitchers, but let's just say if you're on Twitch, like if you game on Twitch, if you watch some shows on Twitch, then we're on Twitch.
Yes.
No, I'm saying we ain't set up memberships there yet, but we are on Twitch.
I removed the Facebook Live because I don't think too many people watch on Facebook. But I added the Periscope is still there for Twitter, and I added Twitch. So shout out to all the folk that watch Twitch or watch on Twitch. I will continue to post there, and you can find us here.
I have a Twitch channel, but I haven't played video games on it in a long time.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to watch on Twitch, we there. We trying to. Me and Dave are old, but we trying to stay hip. We trying to stay hip, bro. We trying to stay hip. So all the socials.
My daughter will let you know when there's something else other than these 6. All right.
Yeah. Well, so Marcus, just address your question. People use Twitter, so they use Periscope. So that's why we're still on Periscope. Because
I occasionally watch some stuff on Periscope.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start using the Spaces too. The Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna start using that.
This is funny. Man. This is funny. Now this is funny. If they still had it, I would do it.
I think MySpace is still a thing, man. I know they were trying to make a comeback not too long ago.
That and Black Planet.
Shout out to Black Planet, man.
Shout out to you if you're old enough to remember the glory days. But all right, follow us on all socials. Here are our social media and YouTube subscriber goals. We're getting close. 332 people away from 12,000. We're trying to get there by week 1. So we got 2 weeks. We're averaging about 150 something subs per week. So if we continue to do that, we will make it. So if you're watching this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you got family, tell them to pick up their phone, hit that subscribe button, because I'm telling y'all, these subscribers help us so that we can do other things. We can become bigger in the community. We can become, we can do bigger and better things. So the more eyes, the more subs we have, the more this channel is going to grow and continue to grow. So just keep hitting that subscribe button. We appreciate it. News break, hit it. Twitter, follow us on that. Instagram, follow us on that. So, two new followers on Instagram and TikTok over the past week is unacceptable. So pick up your device, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. My man Patrick does a great job on posting highlight videos after the games. That we post a lot of some of the some of the screenshots and portions of our live stream go on TikTok. So you make sure you go follow us on TikTok and Twitter and all that good stuff. All right. So real quick, that's all I got for that.
Patreon. We didn't even talk about the most important topic of the weekend, man.
What's that?
Have you listened to the Kanye West album?
I did. I liked it.
You're bugging.
I like it. No, it's a good album, bro. It's a good album. You hating?
Nah,
Dave, you a hater, bro. If they ain't rhyming that.
No, it ain't even that. Because the thing is,
I'm on my blackity. That's Dave. That's what Dave like.
Look, man, I don't always need lyrical spiritual miracle.
He need that lyrical miracle. That's what Dave is about.
The problem I have with Donda is that
Kanye is fire, dog. You hating,
dog? You sound no. Look, man, I'm not alone here.
Y'all riding the same car. That don't count.
We ain't done that in years.
Y'all the same people. That don't count. Kanye the fire, same people. Man. Y'all hating.
We don't look alike.
Y'all hating, man.
Nah, my thing with the Ye album, there's like 3 good songs on there, man.
Three Dave, it's more than 3 good songs. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's more than 3 good songs on that. You hating. All right.
Jesus Lord. Jesus Lord is dope.
Let's move on because Dave said it's more than 3 good songs on that album, dog. Don't do that.
That's 3.
No, I don't do that. I can give you more than 3. Now, I will. My only critique, and it's how can you critique a guy that's so good at his craft? But if he would have just dropped a snare on a couple of them beats,
dog, no. The problem is he was missing snares everywhere. Like
not everywhere, but it was obvious in a couple.
Here we go. Now my little rant time. You got Hove.
Yeah,
first time you had Hove.
That needed a snare.
In almost a decade, and you out here not a single, not even a tap.
Dave, it needed a snare. It needed a snare, dog.
Yo,
that beat
really?
It was a couple. A couple of them joints that needed.
And then after that, you got the gall after Hove does that verse to then have snares on the outro. You out here putting drums on the outro, and you couldn't give Hove some snares.
Yes, he needed a snare for sure. On a couple of them, and not just
there was a couple dope verses on there.
It was a couple of them joints.
There was a couple dope verses, like Jay Electronica had a dope verse.
Yeah, Jay Elect snapped. Jay Elect snapped. He snapped.
The Locks had some dope verses. Griselda came through in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
So let me guess, them the only ones you like.
Them 2.
You bugging, man.
The Lauren
Off the Grid was dope. Off the Grid was dope, man. Come on, Dave. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, you just hating, bro. They be hating, man.
A9J stuff. Look, man. For once, I'm not in the minority here. For once, I'm not in the minority here. You're the first person that told me that they actually liked that album.
I liked it, bro. I listened to it. In fact, and Dave, I don't even do this, but I listened to that joint like twice.
And that's a long ass album to be listening to twice.
I listened to it twice, bro. I separated by day. I listened to it when it first came out. I listened to it straight through.
Well, they added another track. They added Jail Part 2 with the baby.
Yeah, with the baby. I did hear that. I heard that.
Okay,
I heard that too.
So I went back
and the baby snapped too. He snapped, dog.
Yeah,
he snapped.
The baby had a good verse.
Baby snapped. He snapped. But I liked it, man. Y'all hating. So I just like what he was talking about. Some of them tracks, man. The way when he had Larry Hoover's son on there, like I like that. I'm a message guy, man. I like the message, bro.
Rashad.
I like the message, bro. I like the message, man. Just the same thing goes for Magna Carta. Like a lot of people don't like Magna Carta, but I love that shit, man. I love that album, bro. I like the messages, bro. Like when you talking to me, like when you talk about messages that I like, then I like the album. But all that lyrical miracle, that's what Dave like, and I don't like that shit.
I like messages and stories too, man.
Then you like the Kanye album. You ain't listening.
I didn't. No. The production's not that. The production's weak. The production wasn't that good on that record.
I'll give you that because if you're gonna talk about the lack of snares, and I give you that.
Yeah. And here's my thing about Kanye. I think Kanye as a producer still has it, right? Like I think as a producer, he still has that capability. But I have no interest in hearing him rhyme anymore. He done let his writers out the door. I have no interest in him rhyming anymore. He can just hang that shit up. Like he should not be trying to do a duel for Drake unless he's gonna call Rob Fest and Consequence come help him out and write his shit again. He should not be doing that. That's why he released the album early too, by the way, because there's rumors that he wanted to do the same day as Drake. But Drake said September 3rd. Drake, and he was like, "Oh, I got to get this thing out before then," because
yeah. But yeah, I like the album. And I did mean to bring that up. That's a great point. Good addition to the show, because I did want to talk to you about that, because I know you've been saying all over Facebook and everywhere you can say, everywhere trash, Dave can spread his message, he's been saying it's trash, and I liked it.
No, well, Cudi, but Kanye's had a lot of writers throughout his career. I mean, from College Dropout to now. But like, one of the main staples that he's had, there's two main guys he's had throughout his career, but as of late they haven't been around, was Rhymefest and Consequence. Consequence might have been involved in this record, but Rhymefest left during Life of Pablo. So yeah, Styles P's been involved as of late too.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. We have a lot to talk about. We'll come back to the Kanye album at the end when we got a little bit extra time. All right, so patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. If you want to become a patron, join that joint. It's a lot of good stuff coming up when the season starts. Once we get all 22 back on Game Pass, I'll be able to break down some games. That's why I haven't done any for the preseason, because they took away the all 22 on Game Pass. Once it comes back, we'll be doing that more often. So shout out to all of the Patreon members, the free agents. It's a whole lot of y'all. Appreciate all y'all support. We love y'all. Franchise players, man, appreciate y'all. Y'all lit. And then MVPs, shout out to y'all as well. And just a heads up for all the Patreon members. PNP Confidential. We usually do it on a weekend. It was a busy weekend for us, so we decided to move it to Wednesday. So PNP Confidential is going to be this Wednesday, where we have our insider stories. We'll talk to you about how the Philly Brown interview came about, because there was a little bit of drama with that. We'll talk to y'all about the open Q&A, so you get to ask any question you want about the channel, specifically where we're going to go, where we're taking the channel. Some things we got coming up. We we pull back the curtain so you can understand what's going on with the channel. And then most importantly, we got the MVP giveaway. MVP giveaway is going to be good this month. I've got something I want to give away, and it's going to be dope. Maybe a couple things. You never know. Go ahead, Dave.
So here's the thing. So for my patrons, I want to apologize that we couldn't get it done in August. We're going to make sure and have a conscious effort to make sure that the September one happens at the end of September. Everything's been crazy with everything that's been going on. The weekends have been wild for both of us. I know Rashad got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of things going on. I can occasionally leave my house nowadays. So Wednesday, this Wednesday covers for August, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. So giveaway is gonna be dope. Might have a couple things to give away. You never know. So you might want to show up. I know sometimes some of the Patreon members don't show. We be having the same one show up every week. And if that's the case, they're going to keep winning the shit that I give away, especially for the non-MVP winners. For the MVP winners, you don't necessarily have to show, although we would love you to show up. You don't have to be there to get your prize. But if you're not a MVP level member, then I give away some stuff sometimes. I got a couple things that I want that I might pass along. You never know. And if you've been paying attention, you know what those items are. All right. So that being said, let's move on, Dave. Dave, it's happened.
It has happened.
It has happened. It has happened, Dave. Can you hear that, Dave?
I can. I hope they can.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on, Dave.
I kind of hear it faintly, but not all the way.
Nah, we about to get this right. Give me 1 second. Y'all. We about to get this thing right. Because it's about to turn up in this mug. It's about to turn up, Dave. We got to get right. It's a celebration in this mug.
Celebration.
Hold on, Dave. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Yes, it has happened. My bad. It has happened, Dave. It has happened. Dave, it has happened. We have an Aggie on the squad. We have an Aggie on the squad. Alert. Y'all know what time it is. We have an Aggie on the squad, Dave.
Listen, man.
Fam. We got an Aggie on the squad. It's been a long time since we had one.
That is a fact.
We got one, Dave. A-G-G-I-E. What? P-R-I-G-E. What? Give me that. Give me that. Come on, Aggies. Let me see your Aggies. A-G-G-I-E. What? P-R-I-G-E. What? Give me that. Give me that. Come on, this is some haters out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it. You hear it. It's an Aggie in the building. Officially. It's an Aggie in the building. Daryl Johnson. National you will address him as such. Celebration Bowl. He's a national champion, Dave.
He is.
He is a national champion. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? We rocking. Let me stop, man. Let me stop because y'all hate it. But Dave, so we ended up trading for Daryl Johnson. Okay. We traded a 6th round for him. And this dude, listen. This is a guy that I really like coming out of college. Obviously, this is a guy we've been watching. We know Daryl Johnson. We were at the Celebration Bowl when we smacked Alcorn or Alcorn.
Twice.
Excuse me. Twice. Yeah, we smacked them.
I think he got to smack him twice.
He got twice. Yeah, he got two licks.
I mean, we've beaten him 3 times in the Celebration Bowl. I was at the first one, and then then we smacked him 2 years in a row later.
Facts. And this dude, listen, and he put on some weight. He put on some weight, got to the Bills. He was a bit undersized, and he put on some weight. He was playing behind some dogs up there. A lot of dogs that we have. We had, excuse me. He's playing behind some dudes, so he didn't get a chance to really, get it going. But this guy, I mean, special teams. A lot of people complaining, oh, you don't trade for special teams, blah, blah, blah. But this guy, when given his opportunity, he ate. And listen, this is a guy that's probably going to be. He's going to give you.
I think he's going to be part of rotation. I do.
I think he's going to give you F.A. Obata vibes. A lot of Bills fans, you go look at a couple Bills threads. A lot of Bills fans say they like this dude better than F.A. Obata. And say what you want. They've been watching him. They've been watching him for a little bit.
A lot of them weren't happy with the compensation. They thought they could have got at least a 5th round pick for this kid. Like they thought they could have got at least a 5th round pick. The dude was 24. Dude's 24 years old. Like he's young.
Yep.
He's still learning. Like I think this is a great pickup for us. He was drafted in the 7th round a few years back. How was he at A&T?
A beast.
He was a 2019 MEAC Defensive Player of the Year.
And he declared early. He still had eligibility. You talking about a guy that declared early in FCS school. Okay, this ain't like that doesn't happen very often. So he's raw, and he was raw at the time we got the Bills got him. But the guy, I'm telling y'all, man, this dude, he's gonna be good, bro. He's gonna be in the rotation. I'm not saying he's gonna be like Julius Peppers or nothing like that. But I would if he were able to come out and give me what F.A. Obata gave us, I think that's a good pickup. That's a solid pickup. Y'all love F.A. Obata, right?
Yeah.
So if he can duplicate that production, that'd be dope.
On another note, he was the last player from an HBCU that was drafted too, by the way.
Yep.
He was the last player to be drafted from HBCU because nobody got drafted in 2020 or 2021.
And 10 other teams apparently were interested as well.
Oh yeah.
So this was a guy that was going to. He's a casualty, right? He was a casualty. He's not gonna make the roster most likely in the Bills. The Bills shopped him. We picked him up. And we traded the 6th round pick for him. I'm okay with that. And a lot of people, you want to pull up the draft capital, right? The draft capital that we currently have. We down to like maybe 4 or 5 picks. No, not 4. Excuse me, like 5 or 6 picks. And so a lot of people are starting to get concerned. But I feel like Fitter's going to move around.
We drafted 11 people.
Exactly.
And some of them might not even make the roster.
Exactly. Yeah, we drafted 11 guys last year. So you're not too concerned about having a lot of draft picks for the sake of having draft picks. Okay. Yep. So
I believe he was this FCS All-American.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. I'm telling you, the dude's a beast.
I know. Listen, let me be clear. I know a lot of you guys watch, you guys are from the Carolinas. Some of you guys watch your Clemsons, your South Carolinas, and all that. But there's a lot of good football plays happening in the FCS realm, man. South Carolina, since you guys watch your Gamecocks and your Tigers, South Carolina State has more NFL Hall of Famers than both of them. So there's some good talent in the FCS, particularly at HBCUs as well. But there's a lot of good talent in FCS. I mean, you had a top 3 pick come from the FCS this year. So
yep. And so just to run down some of his stats, he had 29 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 5 QB hits, 10 QB hurries. I mean, so the dude is, I mean, he's a good player. He just is, again, in that Bills rotation, it's hard to get snaps. And so when you got a guy like that, you take him, you put him on the field and see what you got. You see what you got. He's got 2 more years left on his contract. Okay. So he's in year 3 or year 4. And so let me just verify that before I.
Yeah. And on another note, there is talks that they might want him to, they're probably going to want him to play a linebacker, which is fine too. We need the depth. I mean, we don't get caught up in the positions, man. Yeah,
if you stand up outside,
it is what it is. He's a linebacker.
Yeah, it is. That's an edge rusher. I mean, so it is what it is. Let me see. Let me just check his contract real quick. Oh, crap. Yeah, so he's got 2 more years. He's got this year. Then next year,
he's got a 4-year deal. Probably got a 4-year deal.
He's got a 4-year deal. Yeah, so this is his 3rd year, his contract, and so he's got 1 more year after that. So from that standpoint, I would just keep an eye on Christian Miller because I think that spells disaster for him. Yeah, exactly. I keep an eye on Christian. I wasn't even looking at the screen right there.
Him opting out, that might have cost him, bro. That might have cost him a roster spot.
Yep, which I said that for a long. I've been saying that for a long time. Him opting out, and for whatever reasons he did it. It is what it is. Him opting out is going to hurt him, and I think we'll see. We'll see what happens. But he needs to. I don't know. And then also keep an eye out on Marquise Haynes. Marquise Haynes. I know he's injured right now, but he's also on his contract year, so it may be a situation where we might try to move him. So I do expect a couple of trades to happen, maybe tomorrow. And I don't know. Just keep an eye on that. It's because we do have some depth there. We got some depth, and we'll pull up the roster in a little bit, and y'all see what we're talking about. And again, that's why some people are kind of questioning why we brought him in. But I think there's a plan we need to see executed. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow before I give my full judgment on the trade.
Yeah, the big thing that Buffalo fans talked about him too. And it's, by the way, they called him Bam in Buffalo. He's a special teams ace. So even that, he's going to suit up every Sunday. So, they only get to suit up 46, right? So he's going to get to suit up every Sunday. Yep.
Just keep an eye on these, man. I think, again, let the master plan kind of work its way together. I'm telling you, I think we're gonna get some of that. We're gonna get that pick back somehow, some way. But we'll see. But any other thoughts on Daryl Johnson? Shout out to the Aggie, man. Aggie pride, though.
It's nice to have an Aggie on the squad, yo. It's been 100%. A while. Last one was Curtis DeLoach. We went to school with Curtis.
Yes, Curtis DeLoach was on campus when I was on campus. So shout out to Curtis DeLoach. He was the last Panthers player we had from A&T. So shout out to Curtis DeLoach. All right. So, and again, some people are saying that Dan Morgan, yes, the Dan Morgan connection, that Bills Panthers vibe, it definitely is still going. And I like the trade. We'll see. Again, we need to see it fully execute. We'll see what happens with the other guys on the roster, Christian Miller, Marquise Haynes, but you can't keep everybody. And we about to see that.
I seen Mitchell. I forgot about him. I went to school with him too. He played for A&T.
Yep.
And he played for Carolina. So how old? Right. Man, I told you how old I was earlier, man. When he called me 48.
Gotta pay attention. I'm not as old. Dave was older than me. Don't do that.
I'm not 48, by the way. Just be clear.
He act like it sometimes. All right. Moving on. Dave, let's talk about this game.
What is there to talk about?
We got a victory, but we gotta at least talk about it a little bit. We got the dub 34-9. Let's get into it a little bit. Rookies, take a look at the rookie report. Here are the grades from PFF. The up arrow, the down arrow indicates whether their grade improved or went down from the last game. So from week 2 to week 3, that's what the up arrows indicate. Not my ranking. This is just PFF. This is how they graded it. This is how they, this is how they did it. So J.C. Horn, 69.2, solid grade. I thought J.C. Horn looked great. I can't tell you why it's a 69. I don't know. I can't tell you that. But Terrace Marshall, the baller, 81.9. I think he was the highest graded rookie receiver out there.
Yeah, he was the highest graded.
Period. Yeah,
he might have been the highest graded rookie, but definitely rookie receiver. He was up
definitely the highest graded
for
rookie
the preseason.
Receiver. For the preseason, yes, for the entire preseason. Brady Christensen moving up a little bit. We saw Brady Christensen take some snaps at left tackle, which is pretty cool. Tommy Tremble, I mean, the dude, 93.2. He had a couple catches. He was out there blocking a little bit. So shout out to him. He had a nice game. Chuba 58.8. Got to get them hands right, bro. If he gets his hands right, he could be dangerous. But man, he continues to drop some.
He did. He dropped the first down in this game.
Yeah, they ain't pretty. Davion Nixon 42.3. Keith Taylor 79.1. That's down from a really good game he had the prior week. So
let me tell you something. Thanks, Jay Stubbs. Let me tell you something. Jamar ain't looking good, bro.
Yeah, they saying Jamar looking rough out in these streets, bro.
Dude had 5 drops.
Yeah. I think he had
like that.
He had
4 drops, one catch in the preseason.
4 targets, 5 targets, 4 drops,
one catch
in the preseason. That's awful. But anyway, Keith Taylor, again, he's coming off a good performance. That's why it's down. But he had a better performance last week. Had a nice PBU. Deontay Brown's moving on up. He had some really good reps at guard.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I like that. And Shaw Smith, 67.2. That's hopefully his injury. I think that had a little bit to do with it. Thomas Fletcher, who cares? Phils Hoskins, 65.5. So yeah, this is the rookie report, man. I think it's a solid performance by these guys. As you can see, most of them continue to get better and better every week. Keith Taylor's had an amazing preseason too. I mean, a lot of people talk about Terrace Marshall and what he did, but Keith Taylor, man, he's had a really good.
He's had a really good preseason, man.
Yeah, really good. Same with Tommy Tremble. He started off slow, started off a little rocky. I mean, he had the touchdown catch, but he had some drops too. But other than that, these guys are looking great, man. I love what these guys are doing. Appreciate that, 44 Rose. If y'all see any cuts coming in, make sure y'all let us know so we can update these.
We'll find out if it ruins our board or not, but I don't think it does. But no, I'm not shocked about this.
Yeah, that one hasn't ruined our board. We predicted a 53-man, which we'll get to later. That's why we started early. We'll get to our 53-man roster prediction later. So just hold that thought. But if you see any more coming through, please just let us know and update it. Update us. All right, that's the rookie report for week 3. Interesting stats. Now, I just want to point this out. Because we talked about these interesting stats as the games within the game, right? If you can win these mini games, oftentimes it gives you a better opportunity to win the game. Now, most of these indicators are usually red. The first 2 weeks, it was way more red than it was green. This week, as you can see, we see more green. And we do have to have some context. We did play number 2s. We did play against number 2s. All right. So we got to take it with a grain of salt. But when we pull up these interesting stats, just keep this in mind that you got to win the games within the game. So every week we're going to pull these up. Red zone efficiency, much better. Third down efficiency still wasn't that great. We did have to go for it on 4th down a couple times. But we got to get better there. That's been a problem since last year. And I don't care what nobody says. You want to talk about game planning and all that. That didn't happen, but they definitely did some things different. They were definitely out there. They shook it up some. That was a little bit more of the offense that they had shown the first couple of weeks. I saw Terrace Marshall in the slot a couple times. Those 4th down plays, that wasn't no regular game plan. They did some things a little different. So I don't care what nobody says about it's just preseason. All right. Pass completions was up almost 70%. That's a plus. Penalties getting better. Only 3 penalties this time. Rushing numbers, 4.1 yards per carry. That's great. That's where you want to be. 31 rushes for 127 yards. And most of those those were chunk yardage gains. There wasn't no big, huge run except for the touchdown run, but that wasn't like a big thing to skew the numbers. We had a really good game on the ground, dominated time possession. Third down defense was lights out, 18%. And the pressures, I didn't update that, so disregard that. And the turnover ratio was awesome. So I like this. This was a good game. Good game across the board. Good game across the board for the Carolina Panthers. Again, with the context that we play against their number twos and our twos and threes. Yeah, so it is what it is. Anything you want to add to this, Dave?
Nah, we played well, man, but it's more like what's expected. I still want the third down efficiency to be better, but overall we did well. I mean, the first drive had me kind of concerned because they didn't get it. They were in the red zone. They blew it, but overall they looked good. That was the most complete game they had. But then I got to remember that they were going up against the Steelers backups.
Yeah, it's hard not to get excited about that, but you got to take your victories where you can. And again, I tweeted this after the game, man. It was it sucks that we were going against twos and threes, but it also felt good to get a victory, and it felt good to go out there and see them dudes do what they needed to do to get a dub. So I'm happy about it. And sometimes you got to take your victories wherever they come. You know what I'm saying? Even in the regular season, somebody's quarterback gets hurt. Well, you're not playing against their quarterback, but the W still counts. So I'm rolling with it. All right. So
I want to get to some of these questions.
Yep.
Somebody, Jay Stubbs, asked about whether or not why practice was canceled. Practice was canceled because they were out here. Fit was out here trying to wheel and deal, so they didn't want to risk any injuries. So I think we traded for Daryl Johnson, but I think there's other players that might be traded from Carolina to somebody else. And I think that was a big factor, considering they have to cut down the roster down to 53. That's my opinion. I don't know what you think, Rashad, but that's my.
I don't know, man. I have no idea why practice.
They did say
that's a good theory, though.
They did say it was not COVID based.
Yeah.
So, which is good.
That's a good theory, though. Even if it was, when we got 90-something percent, 80% of the roster, more than I don't know what it is now, but roster is vaccinated, so I wouldn't be worried about an outbreak. Too bad.
Any chance? I think Daryl Johnson is going to be part of that factor, especially in the 3-4 schemes. We're talking about outside linebacker. So I think we're past that, but we'll get into that when we do our roster breakdown.
Yep. Any other questions before we move on?
Let's see.
Dog, he's not getting traded. Yeah.
Move on.
It's not happening. All right. So I saw a couple people mentioning the offensive line was shaky. Yes, it was. Okay. Yes, it was. So here I posted this on Twitter because I was like, man, let me check this out. And so just to put some expectation out there, I would expect our offensive line to grade out better than this against number twos. But some of these guys, Matt Paradis looked terrible. Pat Eflin, no bueno. Okay.
That sack that Cam Irvin allowed was against a third string linebacker.
Yeah, but I will say that Cam Irving, for the most part, outside of that rep, looked all right. He wasn't, and again, a 69.3, that's about what I'm expecting from my offensive line going up again. I think a 69 is it's solid for PFF. They grade tough. And then John Miller, people aren't giving him enough credit. He's been steady. Even going back to last year, he's been solid. Okay, so I like again, he gave up a sack, but I'm not mad at Cam Irving. He had a decent game about what I expected, and I know he gave up the sack. But Paradis, Eflin, they were awful. They were awful, bro. And they were going up against twos as well, and it just looked bad. It didn't look good. And so Taylor Moton, I think his false start, his penalty hurt him, and I think he did allow the hurry. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of the grading system. I'm just reporting to you what PFF graded, but I would expect to see 60s, at least in the 60s across the board. That's where I would want to see my offensive line grade out. That just tells me that they're holding up. But to see this kind of grading from those two interior guys against the backups, that's not making me warm and fuzzy, dog. And again, I'm not gonna reiterate my thoughts on the offensive line because y'all know if you've been watching this channel long enough, I do not like how we've handled the offensive line. And shout out to I forgot my man on Twitter, but he posted it the thing today, and he was like, "Yo," or maybe it was yesterday. He was like, "Yo, I wish that we fixed our offensive line problem as quick as we fixed our kicker problem."
Oh my God, man, that was gospel.
And I was like, yo, I mean, that's just I mean, and it can be done quickly. We saw what the Chiefs did. But again, I think they're trying to patchwork it together this year. And I personally don't think it's going to work out. I think you're going to see these guys get shifted in and out. I definitely think you're going to see Deontay Brown take a starting role at some point during the season. And but it was not pretty. It was not pretty, bro. It was not pretty. Especially from Paradis. I expect a little bit better. This dude's a vet. Like, he's been in the league a long time. He's got some experience. And starting experience, like good, valuable starting experience. Like, not him. Eflin, I can get. He's never been good. But Paradis was good with Denver. Like, he had the injury, came back. And he was solid last year too. I'm expecting more out of him, man. That grade got to get better. So, yeah, man. So I saw offensive line, and again, I see the comment. Good offensive line players are hard to find, not signed. You're right. And if you've been listening to this for a while, this ain't my first complaint, bro. This ain't my first complaint. I've been complaining about it since the draft, since before the draft.
We know how to fix the line,
right.
But we got to do what we were supposed to do. We did not do. We made the decision that Pat Eflin and Cam Irvin was the guys that's going to fix our problems.
And we also made the decision to start to pick up a long snapper instead of Trey Smith. And so that's something we gotta live with too. I didn't get that offensive line back, the backup grades. I just wanted to keep it isolated to these guys because I just think that's where the focus is going to be moving on into the season. So we'll see. I can pull that up maybe later if we got time. But that was the offensive line. Their reps against the Steelers backups. All right. Moving on. Dave, you want to?
Attention gamblers of all shapes and sizes. Our friends at Manscaped have a can't miss bet for you today. The leaders in male grooming just launched their 4th generation performance package. The betting odds are in your favor when you use the Lawnmower 4.0 on your balls. Across the board, this is the package to get you in the mood for whatever your gambling heart desires. Ready to take the leap to male grooming royalty? 2 million men already have. Join the Manscaped movement by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP. Look, man, you ever hurt your balls when you're trying to get them right for your lady, man?
Everybody has, Dave. It's happened. Accidents happen, bro.
You ain't got no stories for us, man, for the people?
Nah, I don't. Nah, not nothing to share, bro. These people bugging out here. Nah, so I ain't sharing nothing.
You'll be on TikTok in 30 seconds or less. But remember, man, the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped is the ultimate parlay to take your grooming game to the next level. Hitting a favorite is fun, but shaving my balls with confidence? The folks at Manscaped have given me just that and have my trust when trimming my boys. The recently released Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is a favorite of mine. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. It also gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Plus, it's waterproof. Y'all know I'm blind, man. Spare me, please. The Lawnmower 4.0 has got you covered for shaving your balls, butt, and even the gooch. Talk about a backdoor cover. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Odds are you'll be sweating and feeling the heat after a big bet. Fix the sweat and stink with Manscaped's liquid formations. The Crop Preserver ball deodorant before you send it, and the Crop Reviver ball toner for when you need a boost mid-bet. Manscaped has a bonus add into their performance package with their boxers and the Shed travel bag. These tools get your boys in your comfort zone before the game start. Look, man, just get 20% off and free shipping using the code PNP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. Fellas, don't gamble on shaving your balls with the wrong tools. Choose Manscaped, and always remember, your balls will thank you.
Your balls will thank you, and PNP thanks you too. Don't forget to go over there. Go over to manscaped.com. Get you some. It helps the channel out tremendously. You guys have no idea. So keep supporting us on manscaped.com. Use that code PNP, 20% off plus free shipping. And so we can get some more reads, bro. If we don't get that support, y'all won't get any more Manscaped reads. So please go up there, manscaped.com, 20% off plus free shipping using the code PNP. All right, moving on. Stock up, stock down, Dave. We gotta talk about it. We're gonna get through this really quick because we gotta build this roster. But Ryan Santoso, man, he made it happen. He dinged one off the upright, got in there by the skin of his teeth, and he hit all his field goals, hit all his extra points, and sent Joey Sly packing, dog. Sent them packing, and dog, what you
Packed
think,
his
Dave?
bags for him.
Yeah.
As soon as he hit the 52-yard, I know he was gonna take the job. And then Sly's nerves were showed, man. He had the whole kickoff where he kicked it off too fast, and then he had then he missed the field goal, the 49-yarder. That was it for him. Then as soon as he missed the 49-yarder, that was it. So
yeah. So let me just say this. I don't think that the kicker thing is settled. I think that Santoso got to have his head on the swivel too, because
I agree.
Because I think just remember we traded a conditional pick. So those I guess the conditions are that 2 games. Yeah. So if he can still get cut, if he sucks the first game, he can get cut. We get our pick back. So I think there's some pressure on him too, just to get right. And even after that, I think they're not going to play around with the kicker. I think they're going to try to find one.
It's just
and let it stick.
It goes back to my discussion, man. They could have been fixed this shit.
Yeah, I think again, and this just the kind of play devil's advocate though. They got it. They got the kicker. And if it works out, nobody's gonna care about the 7th round pick, right? So
no. It's not about the pick. It's not about the pick. I don't care about pick. I care about the fact that you made the executive decision Thursday, the day before the game, to trade for this guy.
Yeah.
So you had Joey Sly for months, and you wait until the final preseason game to decide, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and get this kicker. Regardless of what it took to get him, it's about the fact that you thought at one point that you didn't have to put competition for this guy. When there's other teams who's got kickers that are pretty much staples for that franchise, and they bring in competition for them. But all of a sudden you decided, oh, no, we ain't gonna bring in competition. You should have had competition in from the start. Like you should have been forcing Sly to beat these guys from the start. You would have known what you knew on Thursday before your final preseason game.
Yeah, I mean they brought somebody in earlier during like OTAs and minicamp and shit like that, but then cut him. There was nobody at training camp, and I do listen. I agree. We talked about this long enough where they should have brought somebody in. They didn't. They mishandled it. But again, nobody's gonna care if it works.
No. It's not. But once again, it's
I hear you. I got it. I got you. I know.
It just showed. But the thing is, see, like people just say, "Oh, well, we should have got rid of Sly," but nobody's thinking about what it took to get rid of Sly. Yeah, and then when you take that into other things that we complain about, like the offensive line, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They ain't out here trying to fix these problems until it gets urgent.
Yep. I think, and Dave, I think you're right, and I think that speaks to a bigger point in that if you get the vote of confidence from Matt Rule and Scott Fitterer, then they're gonna. But hold on, I think they're gonna stick they think they're gonna stick with if they like you, like if they truly like not just say it out in the public, like you know how sometimes that's the death blow, right? When they come out and Matt Rule says, "Yo, we like this guy," but if they really mean it, Dave, it takes a lot for them. Yeah, they are rolling, and it's gonna take a lot for them to kind of get rid of you. Like I think we've seen it. We've seen it obviously with Joe Sly, and I just think that may be something we need to watch moving forward. In that they are loyal, like they're loyal to certain guys. And again, I know about the death blow. They sometimes they'll say it in public, but maybe they don't necessarily mean it. And that's the death blow. This is different. If they really, really mean it, I think they stick behind you, bro, especially if it's too late. Until it's too late. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So obviously, if one goes up, the other one got to come down, right? So Joey Sly obviously was cut by the team.
That was a sad moment, bro.
It was.
Talking to JJ, that was a sad moment, man.
It was, man. It was. So it's unfortunate that Joey Sly is, I think he got picked up by the Texans, right?
I believe that's what I heard.
Yeah, I haven't confirmed that.
By the Texans. Let me see.
Yeah, confirm that. But yeah, man, I think this guy got a lot of opportunities. I mean, again, I think Slim said it in the chat earlier. You talk about that Vikings game where he missed the field goal and everybody kills Teddy for it. That's one of the 8 of the 0-8 that y'all give Teddy when Teddy drove us down and Sly misses the field, a makeable field goal at that. It wasn't no super long 60-yard field goal. That was a makeable field goal. So it goes beyond just what happened in game 2 or the preseason or training camp. This guy's got plenty of opportunities to be that guy, and he wasn't. So he folded. He again, like in the words of the great Steve Smith, his basement got flooded, dog. His basement flooded. The pressure flooded his basement. Okay, no bueno. All right. So I
don't see anything about the Texans.
Oh, I thought he got picked up by the Texans.
I searched Joey Sly Texans and I got nothing. And his Wikipedia page don't say it either yet. So
Wikipedia
even Daryl Johnson's already a Panther.
Yeah, if Wikipedia don't update it, then it ain't happened. I thought I saw that somewhere.
Somebody mentioned it, but I don't have any confirmation of that. But I'll keep looking. But
yeah, whatever. No need. Not even that serious. I just thought he got picked up. Again, I usually when you get let go, man, it's tough. It's tough to recover, man. It's tough to recover. Shout out to Robert Aguayo. What's Aguayo doing? From my Florida State kicker that got drafted in the second round.
Him in the second round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like usually once you're done, bro. Like it's hard to recover from a kick because
they're a dime a dozen. They can always find somebody else that can kick the ball.
Yeah, it's
hard.
The
Texas had the damn safety kicking off. Did you see that shit?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Dog, that man had a hell of a kick. We had the safe. It was I think it was Justin. Was it Justin Reed? One of the safety kicked the joint off, and it was perfect. Like he had it landed at like the 1, and they ended up tackling the dude at like the 10. Phenomenal coverage by Houston. Yeah, Justin Reed. I thought it was Justin Reed. So
all right,
impressive.
So, yeah, Aguayo, he ain't getting picked up no more. He's done. Shout out to Robert Aguayo, Florida State kicker. All right, moving on. Miles Hartsfield. Miles Hartsfield had a hell of a game. He was kind of quiet all season, all preseason. Then he came out in this game, and he was a straight baller, bro. Like, I like what I saw from Miles Hartsfield. This is a guy that we've seen play well last year, coming off the bench, and he continued to do his thing. The dude was all over the field. He's a DB, and he can play running back too. People forget about that. This guy is making a mark on the team, bro. He had let's see. Let me see. Trying to look at these stats here. He had 1 tackle. He had a nice pass deflection. But I just like what I saw from him, man. He had a really good game. Really good game by Miles Hartsfield. Dave, you got anything on Miles?
Nah, man. I'm happy for the kid. We're gonna get over we'll go over the roster projections soon, but I'm happy for the kid.
Yeah, good game by Miles Hartsfield, man.
Yeah, good game.
And again, especially this is a guy who we didn't see much of. Like I said, he was kind of quiet all preseason until this game. He came in and got it cracking. I think he came in lieu of Kenny Robinson, because Kenny Robinson didn't play. So I think he got his opportunity. He took full advantage of it. Full advantage. Shout out to Miles Hartsfield, man. All right. So moving on. Dave, it pained me to do this.
Yo, this is hard. Yeah.
It pained me to do this, man. My guy BZ had a rough one, dog.
Yeah, he had a rough
one. He had a rough one. Man, you know what? Truth be told, my man didn't have a catch all preseason. I think he got targeted, I think maybe a total of maybe 4 or 5 times total, but he did not have a catch all preseason. And he had 2 targets in this game. One of them was a little high, the other one was a drop. So I had to call him out, bro. Like, my bias is always known, and y'all know I rock with BZ. This is my guy. Nah, the royal decree is not pulled. The royal decree stands. Okay, it was still no disrespect for Brandon Zylstra, but we got to call like we see it too. He had a rough game, and he picked, honestly, the real talk is he picked a bad day to have a bad day, because I think you saw the frustration in him after he dropped that last pass. He was frustrated. So hopefully, man, hopefully he still makes the roster. I still think he's gonna. Well, I'll hold that to a little bit later.
We'll get to that.
But that's my guy. But he had a rough day. He had a rough day, man. He had a rough day. So I gotta. Nah, I'm not gonna box and tape my dude, man. I'm not gonna do that. But he had a bad day. Hassan Reddick. Good to see Hassan Reddick eat. I think he was the highest graded player on the defensive side of the ball. Dude was all over the place. He got the I think he had a sack in this game. I'm trying to pull up these daggone stats. My bad, y'all. No, so he didn't have the sack, but he was close a couple times. Had some pressures. So again, it was good to see Hassan Reddick out there. I can pull his PFF stuff up, but we'll probably do that a little bit later. But Dave, what's your thoughts on Hassan Reddick?
He balled, man. I'm happy for him. I don't think we have any doubt about his team status, so we'll see.
Nah. But it's good to see. Again, a lot of people say he's too small coming off the edge, but this dude, I think he's going to be really, really good. And again, you got to keep an eye on that contract status. Again, this dude is a free agent next year, and he's going to be asking for big money if he starts to cash in on some of these sacks that were close misses. So keep an eye on it. Hassan Reddick, good job for him, bro. And then stock down again. We talked about the offensive line earlier, going up against the number 2s.
Man.
Thought it would be a little bit better, but it wasn't pretty. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not.
I know the Jets got a lot of injuries in the front 4, but we should be concerned.
A full game worth of stats. That's gonna be it. If you extrapolate those out from what we just saw, it could be a rough day for Sam Darnold if you extrapolate those over a full game.
Oh my God,
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I think the big thing I'm concerned about is the way they were able to get pushed in the middle.
Yes, that is really bad. It was pressure right up the middle, and I don't care who your quarterback is. No quarterback likes that. Doesn't matter who your quarterback is, and that's what I've been saying. And I'm not gonna bring up the dude that plays for Denver, but I've been saying that for a long time. It doesn't matter who you got back there when you don't got time. You can't get through your reads. So it is what it is. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully they mesh. Hopefully we can find that combination of 5 guys that works. And I think you're going to see a lot of shuffling on the offensive line too. I think you're going to see it. So any thoughts on that, Dave? Any thoughts on the offensive line?
Nah, we good. We good here. I don't want to talk too much more about the line, man, because y'all are
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
think
mad at me.
we're gonna beat a dead horse, and I think the horse is already
And
dead
the thing is,
and buried 6 feet
the
under.
problem I have, right? We're out here we're giving all the credit for how good everything else went in this game, because we really destroyed the Steelers from a scoring standpoint, and we pretty much got our way for the most part. But there's some things that I was like super concerned about. Like, I didn't want to see the offensive line be bad against their backups, and they weren't good. Like, they should have been dominant, and they weren't. But I'm done.
Yep, not good, man. Not good. So yeah, I was trying to look up. Somebody asked how David Moore was doing with the Jets. He plays right guard for the Jets. He took 42 snaps. That's a lot of snaps. He graded out as a 49.6. And I mean, truth be told, that's about equal to what your boy did, Eflin did. If we're gonna be honest, he did give up a QB hit. So he gave up one pressure and played all 42 snaps at right guard. So that's interesting. Let me see what he did. Did he do anything week 2? Yeah, in week 2 he played 6 snaps, graded as a 66. Oh, excuse me, 60.9. Yeah, about the same as F the line. So I don't know, man. So let's move on.
All right, let's get.
All right, Dave. Let's talk about it. 53-man roster. We're gonna give our projections. Some guys, the decision has already been made. I removed everybody except for Monterio. That just happened. That you guys just announced that for us. I did not remove that one, but that's the only one. Everything else is updated, I hope. But let's get it. All right, let's get it. All right. So Dave, quarterbacks. Let's talk about these quarterbacks in chat. Y'all chime in too. I think the big question here is, do we keep 2 quarterbacks
or
3 quarterbacks? What do y'all think we do here?
Two or 3 quarterbacks, guys. We know we're gonna keep at least one.
What's your opinion, Dave?
I think we're keeping 3.
Yeah.
I think we're keeping 3. I think the concern about Sam, and I've always said this about Sam, even when we picked him up, is that he's never played a full season. So it's a safe bet that you're going to potentially have to go to your backup at some point. Now, you can have the debate on whether or not you want these guys being after Sam. That's a different discussion for a different day. But the reality is we're going to have to keep 3 because of that.
Yeah, we debated a little bit about this when we were putting this together. And I think the only other option, and I think some of y'all are saying in the chat, is that you keep 2. And I think those 2 would be Sam Darnold and Will Grier. You cut PJ Walker,
hilarious,
and then PJ, and then you pick up another quarterback to run on the practice squad. I think that is the only other option if you're going to keep 2. But that's a great point, Perth Panther. That's a great valid point with the offensive line and in combination with what Dave said. Can you afford to only keep 2? That's the question. And for that. We kept 3. We kept all 3 quarterbacks. I think it's a valid concern. Sam Darnold's never played all 16, now 17 games. So it's going to be tough. So you got to keep 3. That was our decision.
Don't let the order fool you. I think Will Grier's
no order.
Yeah.
No
Will
order.
No order.
Yeah, no order.
Yeah, I think Grier's going to be the backup officially. Unless Rule does the whole, well, we're going to rotate it week to week, which says a lot about him, but that's a different debate. All right, moving on.
Yep. So that's the quarterbacks. It could get tricky. Now, listen, I had a hard time. I'm not gonna lie, I had a hard time with the running backs. This ain't as easy as it seems, especially when you're trying to fit in. And Dave, keep a counter for us. Okay. Right now we at a total of 3. 3 total on the roster right now. Running backs. All right. We know Christian McCaffrey is a lock. We know Chuba Hubbard's a lock. After that, it gets tricky. Rodney Smith is injured. I don't know what his status is. Reggie Bonifant also injured. Don't know what his status is. He's been injured. for a couple years now, he's been injured. So can you rely on Reggie Bonifant? And so what are you guys thinking in the chat? What are you guys thinking about the running backs? Because I personally think, do you want to reveal it, Dave? Or give me your opinion.
Let's see some numbers first. I want to see some numbers. How many running backs do you think we're keeping, guys?
How many running backs do you guys think we keep?
Here's my thing, man. I remember when we drafted Chuba Hubbard, and it was all about the talk about splitting, having him split. You know, he would take some carries away from Christian. And now, and as time went on, I said, nah, it ain't happening. Christian's going to take the bulk of the load. They didn't play him in the preseason at all. So I think we're only going to keep 3.
Yeah, I think that was my thing too. And I think we did end up settling on 3. And the reason being, because it got tough. I think we had 4, but it got tough, bro. Trying to squeeze all these dudes in. We kept 3. And the reason why we kept Trenton Cannon is because of his special teams ability. He returns kicks. So that leaves him, that puts him a step above everybody else. Bonifant, he just stays injured too much. And then I think we do have a practice squad list. So you'll see maybe a couple of these names on the practice squad. But I do think we keep an additional couple practice squad members on as running backs because we're going to need that depth. But
Brown doesn't play special teams, guys. You guys keep forgetting about special teams. Trenton's been out here playing special teams. He's been doing returns, and on top of that, he's been playing receiver.
He's one of those guys, those Matt Rule like really love guys, like for real. That's Trenton Cannon. He's not one of those, oh yeah, this is a great player and he's gonna get cut the next day. No. Matt Rule loves Trenton Cannon. I've never heard the name Trenton Cannon so much through training camp. This dude talks about how he's one of the best gunners in the league. How about he can return kicks. Trenton, and he was good at running back last year. When Mike Davis went down, Trenton Cannon was solid. And he offers that change of pace. Like he can catch the ball. He can play wide receiver. Trenton Cannon is going nowhere. Okay. He's going to make the roster. So it's about everybody else at this point.
And if you want to keep it a buck, if Chuba doesn't fix his hands, Trenton could pass him.
I don't know about passing, but I think
that, like if God forbid if Christian gets hurt, right? If Chuba still has challenges catching the ball, Trenton's going to take some time away from Chuba on passing.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's
what I'm at.
Take some time away, yes, because again, you're going to bring Trenton Cannon on in third down if this dude's hands ain't nice. So I don't think he's going to take a lot of Chuba Hubbard. He's not going to take a ton of it, but he will cut into those pass reps where Chuba is not necessarily that good. So we kept 3. And you'll see it gets tough, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it gets tough. So we'll see what happens. And I think last year we kept 3 running backs as well. And then if you want it, and the fullback, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So let me pull that up just in case I need it for reference. Here we go. All right. So last year, again, 3 quarterbacks. Last year, 3 running backs. So we have a guy to go from. If you have any questions about what we kept last year, just message me or just put it in the chat and we'll make that happen. All right. So now let's move on, Dave. Wide receivers. This got interesting. Last year, Dave, we kept 7 wide receivers. We kept 7. I don't think that happens this year. And the reason why I don't think that happens, and I know I've said it on that, I'm walking it back. I'm flip-flop McGeeing on this because, and the reason being is because, one, we only kept 2 tight ends last year. That's not happening this year.
That's not happening this year.
We're going to keep more than 2 tight ends. So I think that additional tight end was given to the wide receiver group. That ain't happening. No fullback. And that's also important too. No traditional fullback on this roster. So we're not keeping a fullback. And so, again, that goes to the tight end. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So wide receivers, I said I said that we kept 6. Initially, when we initially did the roster, we kept 7. But then we needed to fit some more people in. So we had to walk back one of our receivers. So I'm going 6.
I
Chad,
could.
what y'all think?
I agree with 6. I could see a scenario of 7, but that means we got to pull a tight end out, and we can get to that when we talk about tight ends.
Yep. If we do keep 7, it's going to be in lieu of a tight end. Yes. In my opinion.
Yes. I just think it's tough because we want to play so many 2 tight end sets that you got to keep more tight ends.
And Grand Dodgers Spencer Brown is not our fullback.
He's not.
He's not our fullback. We use a tight end as a fullback.
Yep. And we'll get into that with the next one. But like I said, it's 6 here.
So, yeah. So this is our 6. This is our 6. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, David Moore, and keep an eye on that David Moore pick because that may be one. That may be a surprise cut. You never know. Terrace Marshall, BZ. Obviously, we have bias. I'm just gonna be honest. It's bias. He makes a team. He makes a team. It's a bias. I said it. What y'all want me to say? I said it. It's a bias. All bias intended. We think he's gonna make the team. Shi Smith, Keith Kirkwood. We think will turn around and make it on the practice squad. Omar, but it's a tough group, bro. This is a tough group because they're so good.
If they do decide to keep 7, Kirkwood will be the 7th guy, not Omar.
I agree there too. If it's the 7th guy, I think it's going to be Kirkwood, not Omar Bettis. We did not see a lot of Omar Bettis in that 3rd game.
Yeah,
I think that was the writing on the wall. I think that was the writing on the wall for him.
They're gonna try to get him back on the practice squad.
They're gonna try, but I have a hard time seeing him make it back. And even then, you still expose him to being picked up on another roster as the season goes on, because you can sign people off of other players' practice squad as long as they make it to the active roster. They have to be on the active roster when you sign them. So even if he does make it to our initial practice squad, I have a hard time thinking he stays. Saunders, I think Saunders, it sounds nice. Didn't see him much at wide receiver. I think they gave him reps at a special team or at a punt return to try to make something of it. But I don't think he's going to be returning punts during the regular season.
Now
that's going to be reserved for David Moore, and I think the kick return is going to be for Trent Cannon. Go ahead, Dave.
And another factor that we have to take into account too, Shi Smith. I don't know what they're talking about with his shoulder situation, but if it's something that could potentially be long term, they could IR him.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's expected to miss much time. I don't think that's. We would have heard about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, we wouldn't. Not with cuts tomorrow.
I think we would have heard about it.
Okay.
I think we would have heard about it, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so that's our opinion on the 7 or 6. Excuse me. It's going to be tough to keep 7 wide receivers. I'm telling you, if we keep 7 wide receivers, somebody you like is going to get cut. Because it ain't easy. Trust me. So now, Dave, we are at what? We 6 and then plus 6. That we're at 12 now?
We're at 12. Yeah, I'm keeping the counter.
All right, so we're at 12 right now. So keep that in mind as we move along. 12. All right. So moving on. Tight ends. So remember, I said earlier, last year, we kept 2 tight ends.
2
tight ends we kept last year. All right. This year, what are y'all thinking?
This is a slept on comment right here.
That too. There you go. That bingo. Sasha Rob, you are 1,000% correct. That is a great comment.
We mentioned it with the running backs that he could play wide receiver as well for a reason. That's your clue.
And he does. I think he does CJ Saunders better than CJ Saunders. There it is. So a lot of y'all people that was CJ Saunders fans, Trent Cannon is a better CJ Saunders. Except for he can't punt. CJ Saunders can punt.
We already got a punter, so it don't matter.
I'm just saying, just in case they get froggy. We got 2 punters because our kicking can punt too.
We sure can. So we got a backup punter.
All right. So here we go. So 3, they're saying 3. I see a couple 4s. This is what we came up with. We came up with 4. because of that fullback. Because of that fullback.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, this was Dave's idea. I'm gonna put this one on Dave because I said
7-3.
I said that Tommy Tremble was the fullback, and they were just rolling Reese out there just to give it a look to see what. But I think that Tommy Tremble is going to be the fullback in the regular season. So I personally,
no,
think
I don't disagree with you, but you still got to have a backup. You still got to back that man up.
Did we back up Arma?
No.
I think you'll find a way.
We didn't play as much of that last year either.
It sounds like they want to.
It's
We'll find a way. That's what I think. When they were giving us that tight end fullback look with Reese, I think that was supposed to be Tommy Tremble, and they weren't giving the look.
That's a good point. And so that is a good point, Perf. We could see Reese not make the team. If that's the case, then that means we'll probably have 7 wide receivers. It'll be 10 between the tight end and wide receiver spot.
But just hold that thought because we haven't even got to the defensive side of the ball yet. So y'all trying to make space for another wide receiver, and y'all haven't seen the entire roster.
I'm not making space. I'm saying if they decide to leave Richie off the roster, then they'll probably sub another wide receiver in. So somebody like Keith Kirkwood or Omar Bayless will make the team. Even though I think it'll be Kirkwood, but my point is I don't think Reese getting cut is going to put Stephon Sullivan. We ain't hardly see much of Stephon Sullivan, man.
No, I think he had one catch. I think he turns around and make it on the practice squad. Colin Thompson is interesting too. I could definitely see them keeping him instead of Reese too, if they want to keep 4. But I think it's 3, and I think Dan Arnold, Tommy Tremble, and Ian Thomas are the 3. And you can make the argument for Reese, but I think Tommy Tremble is the fullback that they want to play a fullback in the regular season. I think it just didn't happen this in the preseason because they didn't want to show it. But I think Tommy Tremble's the guy. And with Tommy Tremble at fullback, given all the other things he did in the preseason, bro, that kid is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And I guarantee you Tommy Tremble gets that 4th and 1 yard that Reese didn't.
That might cost him the roster spot, truth be told. So we'll see, man. We shall see.
Moving on. Let's move on. Offensive line. And I didn't get a chance to take out Monterio. I know he's gone. This is pretty interesting, too. This was not – well, it was pretty easy. So I think last year we kept – let's see how many we kept last year. Last year we kept a total of 9 offensive linemen. And I think we do the same this year. And so I picked out 9. Tyler said, cut them all. I feel you, bro. Trust me, I feel you.
We can't cut them all. We can't cut Moulton.
So, yeah, everybody but
Moulton. Moulton probably the only one that survives.
All right. So I'm thinking 9. Anybody want to take a stab at in the chat? Y'all want to take a stab at it? How many we keep?
I'm leaning towards 9 as well.
$10. So I see 10, 9. All right. So here was the 9 that I had. Cam Irving, Pat Eflin, Matt Paradis, John Miller, Taylor Moton. Those are your starters. Backups of Trent Scott, Dennis Daly, Brady Christensen, and Deontay Brown. And Dave quickly wanted to make an argument for Tecklenburg, but I pushed back on that because Pat Eflin can also play center. So we don't necessarily need a backup center. And I think Tecklenburg was on the practice squad last year, and I think that happens again. I think he turns around and makes it on the practice squad. But I think that Eflin is your backup center.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did waive Monterio already. I said that. But yeah. Yeah, but can he? That is a great question. But
they said Caskey's already gone too.
Is Caskey gone too? Okay, my bad.
That's what they're saying.
My bad. So Caskey and Monterio. I think it's all but Tecklenburg. All but Tecklenburg, in my opinion. They could keep them all. The offensive line could be set. But
if they keep 10, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's gonna be interesting. Then you
How
might
so?
have
Elaborate.
That means that tight end ain't gonna make it for sure.
Yeah,
Reese ain't gonna make it.
See, and you see how it works, right? We talk about Reese. That's one spot. You talk about keeping an extra wide receiver. You talk about keeping extra offensive lineman. Where are we at now, Dave? I think we're at 26, right?
25.
25. So not okay. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I think last year we kept. It didn't total offensive and defense. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. But yeah, so it makes it tough, bro. It gets tough. It gets tough.
If we kept 3 running backs. We had a fullback last year though, right?
Yeah, we kept three running backs and a fullback.
All right. So with the math, it was pretty much 3, 7, 14, 19, 14, 16. It was 25 players there too. 2 tight ends, 7 wide receivers, 4 running backs,
3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, one fullback, 7 wide receivers, 2
14,
tight ends,
16, and 9
offensive linemen. Yep.
25.
So see, we're on par. We're on par. We know a little bit around here. So let's move to the defense side of the ball. Let's move to the defense side of the ball because it got tough here too. You think this is hard? Huh? No, I don't. No, I don't.
Do you have a channel called Chuba Wubba Hubbub?
No.
All right, moving on.
All right. Defensive end, okay? So, Brian Burns, Yetur, Morgan Fox, Marquise Haynes, Christian Miller, Frank Heron, and Daryl Johnson. How many do you think we keep? Last year, we kept a total of 9 defensive linemen. That wasn't broken down into defensive end and defensive tackle like we are. So keep that in mind. How many y'all think we keeping?
I think we keeping 5.
I think we kept 5, keeping 5 too. What y'all thinking?
I'm gonna give you a clue. The guy we just traded for is making the team.
Facts.
We give y'all a clue right there.
Facts. Aggie pride.
So there you
Every
go.
time he make a play, Aggie pride.
If you guys are saying 5, just remember Daryl Johnson's one of them, and Brian Burns is another one.
Facts.
You can debate the other 3.
So
even though there really isn't much of a debate for the other 3, right?
All right, here we go. Here's what we picked: Brian Burns, Yetur Gross-Matos, Morgan Fox, Marquise Haynes, Daryl Johnson. I told y'all the writing was on the wall for Christian Miller a long time ago, and we just picked up Daryl Johnson. I think that's pretty much signal it's a wrap. I think they might be trying to find a trade partner for him, either him or Marquise Haynes. That's why they haven't cut him yet. But I think that he got a lot of snaps, a lot of reps over the preseason. He was up there, and I think they were trying to let him show himself off and audition for another team. That's just my opinion. But these are the 5 that we have.
I mean, Daryl can play defensive end, but he can stand up too. He can do both.
He's a Brian Burns.
He's Brian Burns.
A diet Brian Burns, essentially.
Yeah.
So that being said, I see a lot of y'all agreeing, but yeah, I said Christian Miller was on watch a long time ago. Even just coming back off that COVID, he didn't get a chance to buy into the program. Yeah, I said it, the program last year. So I think that was
I'm telling you, him opting out last year cost him a roster spot this year.
And they're not just gonna give him away, right? They're not just gonna, he's still on a rookie deal. They're not just gonna give him away. So they're gonna try to make it work and find somebody. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised they just didn't do a Johnson for Miller straight up. No, because Hurney not over there.
Well, no, the other problem too is that they ain't got nowhere to for him.
That's true too.
They ain't got nowhere for him. Part of the reason why they were trying to trade Daryl is because of how deep the line is. I mean, Daryl kind of had to get in where he fit in with special teams.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so those are our defensive ends slash outside linebackers. Defensive tackle. How many do you guys think we keep here? So you remember we kept 5 defensive ends, meaning we only have 4 left based on what we did last year. So that would be that would give us a total of 9 defensive linemen. What do you guys think? I know a lot of y'all probably think we need to keep everybody here. So 4, I'm seeing 4, 4, 4.
3.
I see a 3 in there. Let's roll with it. We went with 4 as well. So 4, Derek Brown, Daquan Jones, Bravion Roy, Davion Nixon. That gives us a nice little rotation. Phil Hoskins could turn around, make it to the practice squad. But I remember last year or year before last, we drafted a guy in the 7th round, cut him, and he ended up getting picked up by Miami. And isn't that the dude that lost his arm too in the accident?
I think so.
That's him. That's who. So the defensive tackle, that's the same situation that we could run into here because Hoskins had a good preseason. Truth be told, maybe not a good practices, but he had good preseason on paper, and so he might get a look somewhere else and get picked up. He might get snatched. So I don't know. Man. Yeah, Patty's gone. Patty Fisher's gone, bro. Go ahead, Dave. My fault.
My thing is with regards to this situation, man. If Hoskins doesn't make the team, that'll be one draft pick that doesn't make the team. But remember, we drafted 11 people too.
We drafted 11 guys. So, yep, all those dudes ain't gonna make it. Kendrick Norton, that's what it was. What it was.
It was Norton.
That's the guy who he was on the Panthers. We cut him, probably tried to get him back, and he didn't. He ended up getting picked up by Miami, and he had a series of events that was very unfortunate to happen down there in Miami.
Terrible luck.
But yeah, so yep. So that's our defensive tackles. Moving on. Whoops. Sorry. Linebackers, and this is what we have left. Again, Patty Fisher got cut the other day. He is not on the roster. Shaq Thompson, Hassan Reddick, Jermaine Carter, Josh Bynes, Frankie Louvu, Julian Stanford, and Clay Johnston. This is interesting. This is another interesting one. It got tough. It got tough here.
And how many did we keep last year?
We kept 6 linebackers last year. 6 total linebackers last year. I don't remember how many we kept, Dave. I don't think it was 6, though. So how many I think we keeping? We keeping 5. So who? If y'all think we keeping 5, how many y'all think it is? Or who do y'all think it is? The first 5, what they're saying.
I think we're keeping 6. I think we're keeping 6 out of the 7.
All right. So here we go. Here's what we had. Shaq, Hassan, Jermaine Carter, Bynes, Frankie Louvu, Clay Johnson. You could definitely make an argument for Julian Stanford, but I thought Clay had a good preseason. Julian Stanford that's that nepotism too, because I think he used to play for Rule. So I could definitely see him staying around for that. And then Clay Johnson back to the practice squad. I can definitely see that as a scenario. But I'm rolling with these guys. Bynes is another interesting one. He's an older guy. I think he's like 30, 31. But I think we need him for the depth, except for the interior linebackers. There is nobody behind. I mean, if you look at what we got, Shaq Thompson, Jermaine Carter, Bynes, and then Clay Johnston are the really true middle linebackers that we have on the roster. Frankie Louvu is a tweener. Hassan Reddick, he don't play inside like that. So I think we need that. We need that Clay Johnson that can play inside. Julian, I don't know. He does offer that special teams flexibility, but I like Clay over Julian Stanford in this instance. And don't be surprised if we bring somebody else in and get Clay and Julian out of here and bring somebody else, because it ain't necessarily the greatest. So that's what I'm rolling with. That's what we decided to roll with.
Some people think Bynes won't make the team. I could see it, but I don't agree.
I can see it too. I mean, he's only on a 1-year deal, so I think he was signed for depth just in case something happens. That's why I think he stays on the roster because there's no. I mean, look at what we had. There's no middle linebackers. Again, something happens to Jermaine Carter. I mean, who are you gonna? You're talking about Clay Johnston or Bonds, Shaq Thompson. I mean, I don't. Shaq is Shaq. He ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Y'all keep thinking Josh is gone. I don't think so. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fluidity within this roster because I don't think Federer is going to rest on his laurels yet. I think Federer is going to try to get some more people in here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with cuts. I think if a good cut comes along and he's young and fits what they're trying to do, I definitely think they bring somebody in. Absolutely. I think this. I agree with Dave. This is probably the most fluid position of them all, in my opinion.
Actually, offensive line could get interesting quick too.
I don't think it's going to be as fluid as this. I think the 5 is the 5, Dave. I've been saying it for a long time. That the starting 5 is for the offensive line standpoint. The starting 5 is the starting 5
until there's a Joey Slye eureka moment, and that could take week 16 the way they do it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. All right.
And the thing is, it goes back to the Daryl Johnson. He can play linebacker, man. But that'll be outside.
He's not outside. He's outside.
He's not inside. He ain't inside.
He's gonna back up a Hassan Reddick or a Frankie Louvu in that instance if they go down, not a Jermaine Carter. So yeah, what is the count, Dave? Where are we at? What's the count?
So we got 25 offensive players, and right now we're at 15 defensive. So we're down to 10 players. We're down to 13 players total remaining.
So 13 total left.
That includes special teams, just to be clear.
Including special teams. All right, so here we go. Next up, we have the corners. Now, this got a little interesting too. I think you're going to have some decisions to make. They already got rid of Jalen Julius, so he was one that I thought was going to get removed anyway. But it gets interesting because you got AJ Bouye, who is serving a suspension. He is not going to count towards the 53 initially, so he will not be on the initial 53-man roster. He doesn't count. Okay. So that means they're going to have somebody in his place. And then when he comes back for week 3, they will activate him. And then somebody's going to have to go. So that's how we built this. All right. So what y'all think? Some people thinking 6, some people thinking 5.
I'm thinking 5.
Yeah. So I think some people hit it. Last year, we kept a total of 10 defensive backs. So that includes safeties and cornerbacks. So here we go.
5, man.
So yeah, that's what we had. We had 5. And then I think that when AJ Bouye comes back healthy, Rashawn Melvin is the one to go.
Melvin will make the team initially, but then he'll be gone in 2 weeks.
Yep, I think Stanley Thomas Oliver had a good preseason. He's coming along. I think for a 7th-round pick, he's coming along rather nicely. So I think they keep him around. Keith Taylor, I mean, the dude's had a great preseason as well. Great camp. He's a draft pick, so I don't think he's going anywhere. But I think this is the 5. I like this. This is a solid group here. I like this group. Honestly, from going into the draft, it was unsettled. Free agency, the draft, we didn't know what the cornerbacks were going to look like. Now, with the addition of AJ Bouye, drafting J.C. Horn, and Keith Taylor, like this is starting to become a position of strength. I like these guys. I really do. All right. So, any comments, Dave, on this?
Nah, man. Let's get to these safeties.
Yeah, it is Stanley. My bad. It is a T in his name. You're right, Steven. It is Stanley. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the safeties. Now, interesting note here before we get started. Jeremy Chin was moved to safety on the official roster, so he is now listed as a safety. Just thought that was interesting because he's listed as a linebacker for the longest. And they finally updated it. So he is listed as a safety. All right. So Jeremy Chin, Justin Burris, Sam Franklin, Miles Hartsfield, Kenny Robinson, and Sean Chandler. It's tough decision to make here because Sean Chandler had a hell of a preseason and training camp. Kenny Robinson also had a hell of a preseason until he got hurt. I don't know what they're going to do here. Miles Hartsfield balled out. Sam Franklin, he's been balling.
Some of y'all out here saying 4. That means we're gonna keep 2 kickers or 2 punters.
No, I was saying that's gonna say give them the count, Dave.
We're down to 5. We're down to 8 players total remaining.
8 total remaining. Yeah, and I agree. 44 Rose. I agree, man. This is another position that kind of developed throughout training camp. It developed throughout the preseason and has now become a little bit more solid than what it was. I'm not going to say I'm jumping out the window and say it's great, but it's way better than what it was. Not even close. All right, so this is what we had. Jeremy Chin, Justin Burris, Sam Franklin, Miles Hartsfield, and Sean Chandler.
We were debating that.
We debated this.
I felt like Chandler was going to make the team. Rashad felt like Robinson was going to make the team.
Yeah, I felt like Chandler would make it back to the practice squad, and Dave was insistent that we keep Sean Chandler. So this is tough. This is a tough one because Kenny Robinson had a hell of he had a nice preseason until he got hurt.
He had a good preseason until he got hurt. I think the injury is going to do him in, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, this is one where we disagreed a little bit, but it's tough. Again, you got to fit it in, bro. It's tough. It's tough. And so
your best ability is availability.
That is correct. 1,000% correct. 1,000% correct. So real quick, specialists. This is where we stand. This is the real question. The last question remains. Who is our left safety, Dave? Who is our left safety?
Who's our left safety?
Who is our long snapper, Dave? Who are we gonna keep? What's gonna happen?
Who knows?
What's gonna happen with JJ Jansen, Thomas Fletcher? Here's the thing. JJ Jansen has a non-guarantee. There's no guaranteed money in his contract. He gets cut, it's a wrap.
And Fletcher's probably got guaranteed money.
Fletcher,
he's a rookie. He was a drafted rookie.
Yeah, but I don't know how much. Let's see.
Nah,
you're talking a little bit of money. This is not a lot here.
Yeah, it's not much.
He's got guaranteed money in his deal.
I think Jansen kept his job, and then I'll ask myself. We'll have a different discussion once this happens. But I think Jansen keeps his job.
Yeah, the money is negligible if we cut Thomas Fletcher, so it ain't no big deal. But man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough sell for the fan base if you cut Thomas Fletcher, bro. And it's either way, it's gonna be a tough sell. You cut Thomas Fletcher, you're cutting the draft pick, and
that'll be 2 based on our chart. That'll be 2 draft picks.
Yeah, but we remember, and we're going to remember if Trey Smith balls out with the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to remember this that you cut a long snapper.
You in essence use the Teddy Bridgewater pick to essentially cut for a guy that you ended up not making a team on.
And you didn't pick up Trey Smith. That's the biggest thing. You didn't pick up Trey Smith. So Fletcher could make it back to the practice squad. That is correct. But if he's as vital as everybody said he was, Dave, including Dave.
No. I defended the pick. You guys keep telling. You guys kept calling me negative. Y'all kept calling me negative. The one time I'm positive and I'm wrong, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. So go ahead, say it. Yeah, I defended this pick.
Dave defended the hell out of the pick.
I felt like if you're gonna draft this man, that means he's gonna make the team, and Jansen's out of here. And then as soon as Rashad said he ain't have no guaranteed money, I was like, "Oh, Jansen's out." Because it came down to dollars and cents, but they obviously thought different. So then at that point, I would have like, "Well, why the hell did you pick him if he doesn't make the team?"
So yeah, man, this is what we came up with. This is us. I got JJ staying, bro.
I do too.
Too good. He's too good, and he's a long snapper. He's like 36. He can stay. He can play till he's like 48, bro. He's a long snapper, not taking too much contact. He doesn't mess up. Why mess up a good thing? Unless Thomas Fletcher is that good, and he's had some errant snaps, according to the reporters at practice. So
Fletcher's going to be a Pro Bowler for somebody else.
Fam.
He's going to be the next Harrison Butker?
He better. So the 53-man roster will be announced tomorrow by 5 o'clock. You'll probably see cuts trickle in throughout the day, but it's going to be tomorrow by 4 o'clock. We'll know the entire 53-man roster. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. So what I want to know is, where would you zig when we zagged? All right. So I want to know, like,
other than Zylstra, because I know you guys will say, well, Zylstra shouldn't be on the team. Other than him.
Man, F y'all.
No, I'm just saying, because that's the easy one. That's going to be the easy one. But everybody else like, oh, you better keep Fletcher. Well, y'all about to be disappointed. I'll tell y'all that right now. Y'all about to be disappointed. Because I don't, like, based on how the vibes went in the third preseason game, I think Fletcher's gone, bro. I think they're going to hope that he can make it to the practice squad.
Yeah. So the only place I'm having a problem is this right here. I have a problem with this Reese pick. I have a problem with this. And I think it could go to a wide receiver.
Or Thomas Fletcher.
No, we're not keeping two long snappers.
Hey, don't get it. We've done this before in special teamers, right?
Well, yeah, with kickers, but that quickly got resolved by releasing the wrong one. But here we go. So this is my only beef with the list.
I'm gonna go and be clear about this, man. There's no way Bayless gets in over those three guys.
No, he's not, and it ain't got nothing to do with BZ bias. But he's not getting in over Kirkwood.
Nope, sure ain't.
And the only person he's over right now is probably CJ
Saunders. Yep.
Yeah, but
that's it.
BZ.
And even then, it's a debate. So I think folks ain't paying attention to seeing how them reps been looking like, man.
Yo, Ted, you came mad late, demanding a lot of things, bro. You asked where the QBs were, show the running backs. Fam, you gotta come on time, B. But this is the only place where I'd change. Is this the amount of
would you swap the tight end to somebody else, like swapping to Thompson? I think 4 is the number.
I could see it swap to Thompson. But I think we kept Reese because of his fullback play, and I really think that's going to go to Tommy Tremble come week 1.
No, I agree there.
And then, you can flip that to Tecklenburg. You can flip that extra pick to Tecklenburg, or you can flip that extra pick to
Chief Kirkwood or Zylstra.
Kirkwood, or you could flip it to one of these extra running backs. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a solid list. I think we're gonna get at least 95% of the roster right, Dave. I think we'll get 95% right.
Probably get 100 unless there's some crazy moves.
That'd be dope if we got 100%. And we're gonna be talking shit if we get 100%. We're gonna be lit. But yeah, man. So that's kind of where we are with the 53-man roster. Let me see, real quick. This is the practice squad.
The practice squad.
Yeah, here's the practice squad. There's a couple guys I think they're gonna turn around and make it. I got an asterisk by Omar Bayless just because I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make it back around. We'll see. But I think Thomas Fletcher ends up on the practice squad. Saunders ends up on the practice squad. Spencer Brown, Stephon Sullivan, Phil Hoskins, Mike Horton, Sam Tecklenburg, Patty Fisher, Keith Kirkwood, and insert any kicker out there that they desire. I think that Santoso is going to need some pressure and somebody to kick with in practice. So I think they're going to bring in another kicker.
Oh, you think they're gonna actually bring in a kicker?
I think so. I think let's hope they learn it from their lesson. Learn their lesson day from their prior mistake.
Yeah, they should take this to other positions too.
And just to be clear, you can have up to 16 people on the practice squad with 2 veteran exceptions. So I think Kirkwood and Bonifant, if the Bonifant made the practice squad, he would count as a veteran exemption due to the COVID stuff. They're allowing extra practice squad spots for 2 practice squad spots to go to veterans, but you can keep a total of 16. This is a list of maybe half that. 1, 2.
There's about 10 in there.
This is 11. So you can add 5 more. Probably come from another team. They'll probably pick some dudes up from other teams, and so you'll never know. You never know. All right. So that's it. That's it, man. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Y'all can give you a piece on what y'all think about the roster or any other things you wanna talk shit about. Don't matter to me.
I guess I give a shout out to North Carolina Central for pulling the upset against.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to Central, man. That won't happen very often, but shout out to Central, man. They upset Alcorn State in the MEAC versus SWAC challenge.
And I will say, man, the MEAC coaches have been talking the shit, and they should. I think the disrespect is unbelievable. Like, I know, A&T left, Pham and Bethune left. The coach from North Carolina Central made a valid point. He was like,
Call from.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. All right, hold on, Austin.
Press 1 to send.
So,
hold on, Austin.
Hold on, Austin. So, the thing is, man, the Central coach was like, yeah, man, we lost A&T, we lost FAMU, we lost Bethune-Cookman, but the reality is we were champions. Other than A&T, we've been champions, the latest, over Bethune and FAM. So for them, they're like, yo, we've won this conference before you guys have. So using you guys ain't that important.
Facts. It's a good point, though.
Yeah, it is. A&T's the cream of the crop. And that was a big loss for them. But FAM and Bethune, they haven't won the conference in a minute. And that's the reality of the fact. And we've been slapping on these SWAC teams for a long time. We're 11-4 in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. And we're 4-1 in the Celebration Bowl.
Facts. Go ahead, Austin, bro. What you got?
Oh, man, I don't have too much, man. I was just going to say, Saturday was dope for those who came out.
Lit.
Super dope.
And just for some context, Austin was at the fantasy draft party. Super fun. So shout out to Austin, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was that was basically it. I saw a little the vlog post.
Yeah.
It was super dope. It was funny because it was all cool and everybody was having fun, joking and talking. But as soon as the draft started, everybody got real quiet.
It got hella quiet. Yeah, it got real quiet.
I was there.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I wonder what footage that they're gonna put up from our room.
Yeah,
so they came in because one dude came in.
They came in,
and then he looked at us and was like mad quiet. Then he just left.
Yeah, they came. They had videographers and photographers taking pictures, and the guy came in and was like, "Yo, this room was mad quiet," because everybody was on their laptop, focused. And so he was like, "Yeah, this room is real quiet." Came in and bounced, and the photographer stayed for a little bit. So I wonder what they're gonna do with all the footage because I haven't seen any pictures posted or nothing from it. So
yeah, I think they're gonna try to put it together for next year's video to do a promo about it.
Yeah, but it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, it was dope. People had championship belts, massive trophies. So I'm definitely gonna be there next year.
Yeah, we're gonna make it an annual thing. We already talked about it on the when we were there. We're gonna make it an annual thing. Make sure we catch this because it was dope. It was fun. It was fun, man. We had a blast, and we can do more than 10. We can do up to however big we want the fantasy league to be. We can make it as big as we want. So
true, or have multiple ones.
But yeah, man. So that was fun, man. Good stuff. Go ahead.
Besides that, man, week 1 coming up, so we'll see.
That's all you got? We'll see.
That's all I got, man. We'll see. But yeah, I'll catch y'all, man.
All right, bro.
Use Aggie Pride.
Aggie Pride all day.
Pride, man. So yeah, the PNP draft is 7:00 next week prior to the show. That's the goal. I'll probably set the Zoom up for the Patreon. I was in the Zoom for the Patreons for this. Shout out to Jared. Jared was there. He probably was laughing at everything I was saying because me and Patrick was drafting the team together and strategizing on the picks. I think our squad is formidable.
Nah, there's
one squad that I'm nervous about.
Yeah, he gonna smack all. Yeah, he had who we have Hopkins.
He had Hopkins, Diggs, and Cook.
And he had somebody else. He had Cook. He had three good wide receivers though.
Yeah,
two. He had Cook too, and Cooper. He had Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
he gonna smack y'all, man.
I'll check the projections.
And he had Gus Edwards.
We're the third highest projected team for the first week.
He got Gus Edwards too.
Yeah,
so he gonna smack y'all. He took the guy that talking about. He took Dobbins and he took Gus Edwards. So he's straight.
We were thinking about taking him at 93, bro. And Patrick didn't want to do it. I was like, bro, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it now. Because I don't think he would make it around. And I was right because he took him at 98. I was like, yo, we should take Gus Edwards here, yo, because we took Barkley with the first round pick. So I was like, we need to have some level of insurance for Barkley, but we're good on Barkley. We got enough running backs in play, so we should be good.
All right, keep the calls coming in. Phone lines are still open and will remain open for last couple minutes.
Dobbins is out for the season, tore his ACL.
And just real quick, while we're talking about some things, we will be linking up with Matt O'Leary with the New York Jets. He's a YouTuber for the New York Jets. We'll be linking up with him to talk about the Jets game. That'll be next week. This weekend, I will be doing a lot of college football coverage because there's no NFL this week. So I'm going to be doing a lot of college stuff. I'm going to probably live react to the Ohio State Minnesota game. I'm going to live react to the UNC Virginia Tech game. I'm gonna have A&T on Saturday, but I'm also gonna live react to I think Alabama and Miami, and then Clemson and Georgia. So it's a lot of college football cracking this week.
I didn't watch the fight. I was at the Roots concert. I didn't watch the fight.
That? Who watched that? Nobody watching that shit.
Call from.
I've been watching that fight.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
What up?
Hey, real quick, man, shout out to PNP, Dave, and Rashad, man. Everybody need to hit the motherfucking like button, man, with all these people in here, man.
Appreciate that. Hit the like button.
You know what I'm saying? But real quick, man, my thoughts for the upcoming season, real quick, for the last preseason game, man, we should be very concerned about this offensive line. You know, like I heard Dave say earlier, you know, some of them dudes are getting sacks and getting pressure, and they taking the third string dudes, you know. So, you know, if TJ Watt was playing, it would have been a long goddamn day. You know?
Facts. That's a fact.
You know, what's my man, Pat Afline, and the Vikings got rid of him because he trash. You know, like, man, that left side of the line, man, even count goddamn Paradis, man. It's just, I don't even know, man.
You're right. It ain't pretty, bro.
It ain't pretty, man. Like I was on TV the other night. Like I was telling people, man, my biggest fear, they just got them 8 men in the box. You know what I'm saying? And goddamn make Sam goddamn beat us. You know, because he hasn't thrown a deep ball that whole series. I mean, her first half he was in. You know what pisses me off? They talking about how Teddy Bridgewater got the physical limitations, but you bring somebody with a strong arm, don't even throw not one deep ball the whole first half. You know,
bro.
And then to me,
speaking my language.
He looked like he was still scared, you know. To me, he just looked scared out there, man. You know,
yeah, no. Like, so just to go back, you're absolutely right. He looked great in that 2-minute drill, but outside of that, bro, like it. I mean, it won't. He's not pushing the ball. Like everybody keeps talking about, you know, Teddy. I wasn't gonna say his name, but everybody talking about him, and they complain about what he did. But I have yet to see Sam connect on the deep ball. Like I've yet to see it.
I know he can't hear me.
I heard he wasn't throwing deep balls in practice.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Well, my thing is, how they think he's just gonna come out in the fucking game and throw a deep ball and he ain't throw one out all first half of the last game.
I got the answer. I got the answer for you, bro. They hiding the package. The package is being hidden, dog. They ain't showing it to us yet.
Oh man.
They hide the package,
look, you
dog.
still gotta have a lot of reps, man. You know,
I
I
feel
mean,
you.
he's not like he's not goddamn Aaron Rodgers or anybody like that, or goddamn Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or whoever. You know,
We're gonna talk about this
My thing
comment
is,
after we're off the
he haven't
phone.
even gotten over his fear of seeing ghosts. You know, so I mean, when the real live boys get to come in the first week of the season, I'm kind of worried, man, because he just looked scared to me on the football field. You know, like he ain't had no swagger or anything in the pocket. So I see why Matt Rule was talking about he didn't want him to be a leader. You know, but to me, he's just like, he just looked scared out there, man. You know, that's very concerning for me too. That he looking scared on the football field. You know, you should be having fun. You know, because it's football and everything. And you've been playing quarterback so long. You know, you shouldn't even be scared. So people talking about, he was with the Jets and all this, but we got all these weapons. He still shouldn't be scared like that. That's just my personal opinion, Even Joe Burrow didn't look scared, but to me, Joe Burrow made Joe Brady look good. But that's another story,
That could be true too. But all right, bro, you got anything else?
So before I go, man, just everybody need to hit the fucking like button, man. It should be pissing me off. It'd be so many goddamn people in here,
You and me both,
man.
sir. You and me both, sir. Appreciate that.
Always, that's the first thing I do when I come in here. It's not, it's not hard, man. Like and subscribe to this shit, man.
I appreciate that,
keep
bro.
doing what y'all doing. Y'all have a great. Oh, real quick before I do go, hey, Dave was talking about goddamn Central will goddamn gonna lose the motherfucking Alcorn State. I got to bring that up because my cousin is an alumni. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about that during the game, watching the game. But real quick, I had to goddamn give Central a shout out real quick.
Shout out to Central, man.
You have a great night, man. 2-6 in the building, man.
All right, bro. Fair now. We out.
You know it.
All right. Hey, listen, man. We gotta get Central their shit. But go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, my phone.
Yeah, we'll give Central their props. When I saw that Central were 15-point dogs, I almost drove to the casino to put a bet in because that would have been easy money. I thought Central was going to lose. I didn't think they were going to lose that bad because both teams were rusty. So, I mean, they're even Steven when it comes to that. But, sigh. But, yeah.
What do you want to address, Dave?
This comment, man. Y'all weren't talking that shit last year with Teddy. Don't talk it now. That's all I'm going to say.
You mean the guy that plays for Denver?
The guy that I'm going to say his name. I have no problem saying his name. This ain't a 52 type of situation here. I'm going to say his name. Y'all weren't talking that snaps with Teddy. We were trying to help folks explain that it might not be Teddy. It might be the offense that's running. And now Sam Darnold out here throwing the same damn passes.
I gotta go pull my clip from Panther Parlay with Pat because I swear I've been saying this for a long time.
Oh nah, you have. Yeah. We all have. I mean, me and you definitely have. We're putting our energy on the wrong thing. And so when you guys be out here yelling at me, talking about, oh man, there's no rule gonna go in second gear. Yeah, let this offense look like trash again, and our defense don't keep them honest.
Hey man, so I'm looking up some stuff, man. I just happened to look at some stats real quick. Hold on, let me make sure this is right because I don't want to spew lies. All right.
Stats involving what?
Around deep ball passing.
Oh, nah. I can tell you right now. Teddy Bridgewater last year was 11th in the NFL.
I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about in the preseason.
Oh.
I'm talking about stats from the preseason.
Well, you ain't gonna have too many. You ain't gonna have too many options.
Let me get through it. 29 dropbacks. He had 29 total dropbacks.
Who we talking about?
Talking about Sam Darnold.
All right.
29 total dropbacks. 27 pass attempts. Not one pass thrown past 20 yards. Not one, Dave. Not one single pass thrown past 20 yards. Not one. Hold on. Let's get this call.
From
D.
What's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good?
I wanted to ask, what do y'all think our record will be this year?
That's next week.
Yeah, I think I think we're gonna save the record predictions for next week.
You want to know what I thought?
You
you want to know what I thought it was before next week? I can tell you what I thought it was. It's gonna be different next week. I was thinking
probably gonna be worse.
Don't do that, man. I was thinking 6-11. 6-11. This was weeks ago. Like weeks ago. It's gonna be different tomorrow. Next week.
Yeah. So he hung up. He had to hang up that quick, but it's all good. But yeah, that was interesting, Dave. Not one pass. Let me see. Hold on, let me see something. Your boy, the guy that plays for Denver.
Teddy, you can say his name, man.
30 dropbacks, 30 attempts. He attempted 2 deep passes, completed 1 for 50%. 21 yards. So, I mean, it's just preseason, right?
Just preseason, man. It's still early.
Just preseason. Hey, I'm just calling. Hey, I'm not making an opinion. I'm not making a statement. I'm just giving you the numbers, dog. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put assumptions in my mouth. I'm just putting the numbers out there. I'm just putting the numbers out there. Don't shoot the messenger, dog. My man has not attempted one pass deeper than 20 yards. Not even attempted.
It's the offense, dude. It's the scheme. And here's the thing. If he is proficient, if he's efficient and he still gets his yards, so be it. But if he starts failing, don't be saying, why isn't he throwing the ball down the field? He's probably doing what the coaches are telling him to do.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, there's a reason why they're not out here throwing a deep ball to Sam, because he's not good at it. But that's a different discussion for a different day.
I don't know, bro. So
he had so many deep balls with him in the past that Robbie Anderson's first 1,000-yard season was with the quarterback from Denver. In Denver right now. Listen, man, I keep
we've been saying that. We've been
saying
trying to say that.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Bro.
You guys were pointing at Teddy. Y'all pointing at the wrong folks.
Hey, real talk, man. I just want to be vindicated for this year, man. Yeah, because y'all killed me last year. Y'all killed me last year for my support of Teddy Bridgewater, and I just want to be vindicated.
And the thing is, man,
that's all I want.
Is the record could be better this year, but it ain't gonna be because of them. It's gonna be because of the defense. Something that Teddy didn't have either.
Until the back end of the season.
To the back end, except for the Denver game. Because the Denver game didn't show up. So we'll see.
So, all right. So we got anything else?
That'll never happen. This will never happen. Yeah, go ahead and turn the phone line off. But we're over 2 hours, so we can close it out.
Yeah,
soon.
we are.
But not like this here ain't happening. Like this ain't happening. I'll be clear. I think snowing rules by the hip. I don't think. Dude, I don't know what Rule would do without snow if you would keep it a buck.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen either. And he's old too. He's like 67 years old. Like I know another coach just got hired being that old, but typically that don't happen. So, we'll see. We'll see though. We'll see.
Solution to the O-line issue.
Draft.
It ain't gonna be fixed this year.
No, it's not gonna be fixed this year. The draft is the key. You might be able to swing a trade, but at that point, you probably gonna have to give up a lot. So, yeah, the draft is when it gets fixed. Until we start drafting guys, then that's it.
Listen, man. if you compare, like, you could talk about Teddy's numbers all you want. The reality is Teddy almost threw for 4,000 yards last year. Sam hasn't.
We don't have to do this. We
We
don't have to
don't.
do. We every episode
Every
it turns
week.
into a Teddy Bridgewater versus Sam Darnold. We don't have to do that. We want Sam Darnold to be successful, but I'm just giving y'all the numbers. Y'all do what you want with him. I'm giving y'all the numbers, and y'all shooting the messenger. And y'all ain't got to do that. I just all I did was bring up the fact that Sam Darnold didn't bring up didn't attempt
one deep pass.
One deep pass.
But once again, I can't, like, as much as we want to make this about Sam versus Teddy, and I said this last week, it ain't about that. It's about the scheme. If Sam didn't throw 20 yards, it's not because Sam didn't try to throw 20 yards. Sam was probably playing within the scheme, just like
they
maybe
don't want him to.
They don't want him to.
Yeah, they don't want. They want the quick passes. You can tell everything is short, intermediate. Even when he has time, even when he had time to throw deep, he looked uncomfortable with that amount of time he had. It looks like he. But anyway, I digress. All right, so this is an interesting question. Seeing the cuts the teams made, do I have my eye on somebody? I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If somebody screws up and actually drops an offensive lineman that's decent, I think we'll have our eye on him. And I
don't know. I haven't seen.
Federer made it sound like he had some interest in taking and trying to find a tackle. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
I believe when I see it. I believe when I see it.
Adrian, be careful with that, buddy. Appreciate the super chat. Be careful with that because I'm pretty sure I can find some evidence of something.
I'll pull it up right now. Kyle Trask did attempted 12 deep attempts. Tyler Huntley did 11. PJ Walker did 9.
And that's probably why he's going to be third string because Rule didn't like it.
Justin Fields, 8 attempts. So, yeah, they are throwing it deep. Josh Allen, 4 attempts. Trevor Lawrence, 6. So
I wasn't even going to say this. I was trying to be nice.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I'll show it to you again. He damn sure should have threw a pick.
Yeah, that is a pick. Exactly. I forgot about that, actually. I forgot about that.
I didn't forget. I was trying to be nice to Sam. I was trying to be nice to Sam. But I'm glad somebody else brought it up.
Yeah, so
because the thing is the offensive line wasn't been good either, so but I don't think that was on the line. That was just a terrible throw.
Yeah,
that would have been a pick six.
It would have been a pick 6 for sure. But yeah. I don't want to get into this because I can't wait till week 1 so we can start to. And again, it'll be if he's bad, it'll be
it's the line's fault.
No, if it's bad, it'll be early. We gotta wait to.
Nah, dog, he can't lose to the Jets. He can't lose to the Jets. That can't happen.
No excuses.
That can't happen. No, sir. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if he doesn't even have a line. He can't lose to the Jets on Sunday, bro. He cannot. Yeah. He cannot. In 2 weeks,
I agree.
He cannot lose to the Jets.
I agree.
Like, you can lose to the Saints, and y'all will be angry if we lose to the Saints, but you cannot lose to the Jets week 1. Cannot happen.
The answer to this question is yes. JC will always be starting outside. AJ will be moving to nickel.
They don't have no edge rushers until they go against our line.
They just picked up Shaq, but Shaq Lawson.
Bro, we just played with backups and they got penetration on us.
Very true. Very true.
I ain't as optimistic as you guys think. We should be fine, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm concerned a little bit.
Yep. But
this might be it. We should start 3-0. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, we should. Yes, air yards. Those are air yards that we were talking about earlier. All right, we getting out of here, man. This was fun. We will be back for our Patreon members. We'll be back on Wednesday. And then I got a game. I'll be doing the Minnesota Ohio State game on Thursday, and then Friday, and then I'll see y'all on Saturday. So I'll be we got to get to 12,000 subs. That's the bottom line. So we're gonna grind until we get to 12,000, And I think that should happen this week. All right. That being said, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And yo, keep supporting. We keep growing. It's gonna be lit. Dave, anything else?
Nah, man, I'm good. We good to go. You know, I might do
And
some
Aggie Pride. Shout out to Daryl Johnson.
Yep, shout out to Daryl Johnson. I might do a mock draft tomorrow. I probably will do a mock draft tomorrow. But so it'll be good. It'll be good. I'll see you guys later.
We getting out of here, man. Peace out, y'all. Hold it awkward. Hold it, Dave.